Bobby Portis has a player option this year that he could or could not pick up. Should the Bulls entertain the thought of bringing Bobby back? Is he going to punch another Bulls player? Let's talk about it.
Get the lowdown on one of the most iconic basketball teams in the world. You're listening to Chicago Bulls Nation.
What is going on, Bulls Nation? So, we have a power forward. His name is Patrick Williams. We'll take it back. We don't have a power forward. We have Patrick Williams, though. Could Patrick Williams have a comeback year? I do sure hope so, because, God, we can't trade Patrick Williams right now for a bag of chips. The only way you can trade P. Will is if you attach an asset. And I'm not willing to do that. I wasn't willing to do that. Well, unless we're going to get somebody good in return, then you could attach an asset. But just to get rid of him, no, he's not making enough. It's 18. It sucks, but it's not the end of the world. With that being said, I've always liked Bobby Portis. Maybe it's just, I don't even know if we actually need a power forward, since we have Matas Buzelis, who is the power forward, and hopefully he will take some leaps this upcoming season. But even if we do get Bobby Portis, I don't think he's going to get touches from Matas Buzelis. What I do like about getting Bobby Portis is the toughness. I think that's what I wanted from this team, is somebody like a dog who would just bark at other team, even show toughness. We never had that for a while now, since Jimmy left, basically. Bobby is, he wasn't that kind of a dog when he was here. He was kinda, but he really got his game going in Milwaukee when he became a champion. Now he's just a pseudo enforcer, and I always feel like a player like that is needed in every team, and we just don't have one. It's not in the personality of our players. We can get somebody like Steven Adams. Maybe that would fit more. Both Aussie, would work well perhaps with Josh Giddey, but I am pretty sure the Rockets are going to re-sign him. He was such a big part of their team. So somebody like Bobby Portis, who would maybe play the 4, and I wouldn't say he's going to be so expensive. I'm pretty sure you can get him for under 15. Give him a $1 million bump every year, maybe 3 years, 43 million a year. That's not going to break the bank, but what it's going to do is I think the invaluable, the toughness, the fact that, somebody got your back. If somebody does a hard foul on Matas Buzelis or Josh Giddey, he's going to be in the mix. I want somebody like that on the Bulls team. Now, it doesn't need to be Bobby Portis. I just thought that he's a power forward that fits the need, used to play for the Bulls, and now has a player option. So could it potentially, it fits the Bulls even if they do re-sign Josh Giddey. He would fit in with our, mid-level and then a little bit more. But I think it's going to fit well if he goes to the Bulls. Now, playing time wise, would he start? I probably not. It's still going to be Matas. I would say Kevin Huerter, him. It's going to be some backlog in the front court, but maybe he can play some small ball center here and there. Him along with Jalen Smith and Patrick Williams. Maybe you can move Jalen Smith now, get up, a couple of second rounders, something like that. I'd rather still move Patrick Williams, but so this is some minor moves that if you are really sold on the core of Kobe, Giddey, and Matas, I think you need a player like him, some enforcer type. Like I said, if you want Isaiah Stewart, I don't think you can get him away from Detroit, but something on that caliber. Not like P. Will, who doesn't speak or doesn't move. I think it would also help develop Matas. Matas already has the dog in him. We already know that. But, he can't get tech. He's too important. And we're trying to develop him, by having Bobby Portis in there. I think it would benefit Matas Buzelis as well. Now, as far as fit, he's not the athletic guy that we need. He can defend. He's not the best defender. He can somewhat stretch the floor. We've seen Bobby torch us every now and then when he's playing the Bulls. He has this wide eye, the crazy eyes that Bobby Portis always does. And I want that on this team. Now, he's not a perfect player, but can we gamble something like 14 mil? Hey, we're paying Patrick Williams 18. Maybe on a different trade, we can get rid of Patrick Williams and just have him just for 3 years, just to enough to develop maybe Matas, give him like that more so of a dog in him, some defensive, capabilities, because we know Bobby can do that. Bobby can stretch the floor, defend, maybe not block shots. He's his frame is a little. Whoa, that was a pretty good move actually. And like I said, I think it's, if you're just moving the margins and just trying to compete, as they say, he's not going to make us go to the second round, but this is more so for the development of Matas Buzelis. And that's all I'm expecting. The Bulls would refuse to tank. They just wouldn't tank. They would ride this core out because they like to sell hope. Now, if you're going to do that, and just be happy with the 9th seed or 8th seed, you might as well make some moves that sure would not catapult you, because honestly there's very few, especially if you sign Josh Giddey and Kobe White for 30 million, all that stuff. With him, it's kind of like a low risk because you're only spending 14 mil, 15 mil, and also short term, it's not going to hurt the bank, but I think it would benefit Matas if for anyone else, and also the Bulls mindset in general. I think that would benefit them a lot. But let me know in the comments, what do you think about this move? A cost-efficient move? Would it move the needle? Does it even make sense since we do have Patrick Williams and Matas? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.